This I hear quite often. People will say, why would we export our crude? Well, you cannot export crude produced in the United States. It has to be refined at a U.S. refinery. So product originating from a U.S. source would be transported by barge or vessel to U.S. refineries. I find a lot of people that I talk to in the community, when they see a barge or a ship going, just because it's leaving Grace Harbor County, it's export. So there's two types of, it's leaving the county, but it's going somewhere else in the United States. The way that the crude is transported is by double-hulled barges and ships. And since the OPA 90, the Oil Pollution Act of 1990, single-hull vessels are excluded from operating U.S. waters. I said 5,000 gross tons or higher. 5,000 gross tons is not very large. And what we've also been able to learn that the oil companies or the vessel operators aren't using any of the single hull vessels that I'm aware of, either barges or vessels. Rail safety, the tank cars are designed to the U.S. DOT standards. Some of the things we've learned about the rail cars is that they are double, a lot of them are double-ended on either end. And this is above, the science is beyond me, but they've also got the filler valves and the empty valves at the bottom are also designed, if they ever rolled off or got off, to break away and then seal the car. So they don't just break off and leak. They actually have some technology on board to seal up the car and protect it from being ruptured. The other thing we found, not quite yet, but one of the things we found was that the liquid bulk industry in general is one of the most regulated industries we work with in trying to attract new business. So it's incredibly intensely watched and regulated by both state and federal regulators. Why Grace Harbor? I get this actually quite often is why Grace Harbor? Why are you guys able to do what some of the other smaller ports in the state aren't able to do? A lot of it's location, proximity to the open ocean. There's no bridges or obstacles between here and the ocean, which is another advantage. Also, the Class 1 rail access through the Genesee and Wyoming's Puget Sound Pacific Railroad. That is an incredible, if you see the growth that's happened in Grace Harbor the last 7, 8 years, it's really almost all of it's tied, at least at the port, to having that rail connectivity. We have room to grow. T1 was designed as a liquid bulk handling facility. The state and the port put in about $3.5 million in 2009 to convert that facility from a wood chip facility to a liquid bulk facility. It is currently very underutilized. And then we have Terminal 3, the old Rainier Dock in West Oakland, that has room to grow. Excess harbor shipping capacity available. I've heard questions or comments about the increased levels, but we're a far cry from where we were even in the 90s. I would say in the 80s and 90s we probably had 250, 300 plus vessels, and that doesn't include the barge moves that were going on at the same time. So from a traffic standpoint, it's certainly something that we've seen. And we've also had Local 24 of the LW has handled bulk oils, liquid bulks and oil products in the past. In the estuary here, they've done it both as an exporting, and they also had a bunkering operation, I believe, back in the 80s, 80s or 90s, something like that. Go ahead.